right. Try to get set up here. What's up, everybody? See, we got a few people getting in. Bible Belt says, "What's up?" I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I'm just having some fun, doing something a little different. And looking at college football around the country. We can talk Clemson football, we can talk college football. Let me see if I can share this out. But going to talk thoughts on Clemson's game versus Uconn and then any of the other games going on around the country. I'm going to go ahead and tweet this out. Ugly win today, says Bible Belt Beauties. I would agree. It was pretty frustrating, at least from my end of things, to watch the game. But as you can see, I have scores up at the bottom of the screen, I guess. Got to make my screens a little bigger so I can see it. But we have Purdue and Ohio State. Ohio State is winning 42-14. I don't think that's going to be good for my picks against the spread. Right now, I picked Purdue. The computer picked Purdue. And the population, 77% picked Purdue. And not looking so good right now for those of us who did that. Because you're looking, they need to be at 22. They need to get to 22 points, which is not, I mean, if they're moving the ball, looks like they're 2nd and 10 on Ohio State's 14-yard line. They just made a pass to the outside and was incomplete. So, again, 2nd and 10. And let me mute that site there. Okay, all right. So I'm back. All right, so we got 5 watching. Get in on the chat. Let me know who you are and what you're watching and what your thoughts about the Clemson game if you're a Clemson fan. John says, only positive in my day so far watching Oklahoma get so manhandled. I wish I could say the same. I actually picked Oklahoma to cover or win the game and cover by 5.5, and they lost. So I won Michigan, number 6 Michigan. Goes to Penn State. They win. The spread was -1.5. I won that one. Oklahoma, I lost. So my 12 p.m. games, I'm 1-1, a 1 win over 2 games. And then Georgia, Tennessee is the next game up, and Georgia is up 17-10 right now. Tennessee came out strong and went up 7-0 quickly. And then 7-3, and then 10-3, and then Georgia tied it, and then Georgia was able to. They're starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here, are the Bulldogs, and so I just wonder how long that the Tennessee Volunteers are going to be able to hang on. The defense is clamping down. They've got some turnovers, and we got a half to go. They're 2 minutes 30 seconds left in the first half, and Georgia has the ball at the 30-yard line, so we'll see what happens. The next one, again, Purdue, Ohio State, is one that Purdue is marching down the field. Looks like they're reviewing a catch right now. Looks like Purdue, there was a pass to one of the receivers, and looks like the receiver caught it with his fingertips, and they did review it and called it an incomplete pass. So I'm assuming that will be the 3rd down play, or this is about to be the 3rd down play. Yeah, so this is about to be 3rd down here with 4 minutes, 21 seconds left, 3rd down and 10 for Purdue in the red zone. I guess I could make this show kind of like the NFL red zone show, you know? That'd be kind of cool. So Purdue, again, 3rd down and 10. I've got other teams up. I've got South Carolina and Missouri 14-14 with 4 minutes to go. And I've got, looks like they're looking at a replay of Georgia with a big pass play to the sideline to see if they got 1 foot in. Purdue back to pass, incomplete to the left side. That'll bring up 4th down and 10. And they will likely, I'm assuming, going to kick the field goal here for the Boilermakers. Bible Belt says he picked Tennessee to cover in his contest. I picked Tennessee as well. I think that plus 20 for me. The computer said to pick Georgia. The population also said to pick Georgia. And I went with Tennessee. I felt like it was too many points. 20 points is pretty tough in a road conference game, away game. And so I think that was, to me, very difficult. The field goal on for Purdue, and they get it 17-42, still not within the 20 points for their spread that we had for the Park National Bank You Pick'em contest. Miami and Florida State was the other game that I had up. Let me see about that one. I don't believe that one was good for me because I picked Miami, and in picking Miami, I knew that they would immediately lose because that's what Miami does when you pick them to do anything good. And so when you're looking at the ACC, so Miami losing right now 20-7 against the Florida State Seminoles, and they are at halftime now. Another ACC matchup, Boston College up 28-21 at halftime over Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech up 17-3 at halftime over Duke. And again, the game that I watched was Clemson versus Uconn. Clemson won 44-7, and you would think 44-7 would be a dominant game, but it just did not feel that way. It felt like that Clemson still, again, could not get things going. They couldn't figure things out. Their offense was just all over the place. It almost felt like they went backwards a few weeks. I don't understand it. Georgia with a big 1st down pass play to the right side with extra yards. Looks like they're going to be marching here, trying to score within the last 2 minutes of the first half. They are past the 50-yard line into Tennessee territory, close to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Bennett backs up, gets sacked, gets a big sack, and fumbles the ball to Cook, but looks like they called it dead there, or an incomplete pass there. It was not a fumble, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it looks like that Tennessee was able to bring them back. Oh, it looks like a little try. He tried to pitch it forward, a little shovel pass forward, and it hit the ground incomplete. So that will be an incomplete pass for them. Again, looking at the other games that I have up, I've got South Carolina 14-14 with under 2 minutes to go. They're about at the 42-yard line. South Carolina back to pass, catches it for a 1st down to cross midfield. So, did Pumachan get injured? He was doing great. Yes, Tyson Pumachan did get injured in the game. He fell on his shoulder hard, went to Danny Poole. Danny tried to work on him in the tent. Then Tyson went to Dabo Sweeney and said, "Hey, I can't go anymore. I can't throw with this arm of mine." So it was his throwing shoulder that was messed up, and that's what caused it for Tyson. I mean, to be honest with you, Roddy and Wes, and I kind of picked on Roddy and Wes. I kind of regret that on Twitter, but Roddy and Wes Durham mentioned that they seemed to be blaming the offense on DJ's knee and his knee injury. And DJ has had bad accuracy. He's had inconsistency. He's not run the ball even before his knee injury. I, I'm getting to a point where it's just I don't know if he can be fixed. It doesn't seem like he can be fixed. He seems to get worse. Now he's injured. He's even slower than he already was. And then you see Tyson come in. He's faster. He's moving the ball. Clemson needs a quarterback that can move the ball. They need a quarterback that can move around with their feet, and they just don't have it this year. I mean, I'm going to be shocked if there's not a quarterback controversy next year with Cade Klubnik and DJ. I mean, Cade is a guy, if you watch his high school film, can move the ball with his feet, can throw the ball far with his arm. He's a gamer. He's a Tim Tebow type. He's a state champion. And, I just don't know if I'm seeing DJ actually make enough improvements to lead an elite team. Now, he's got a lot of other things going wrong with it. And, for example, why did he have to throw 38 passes in the first half of the game against Uconn? You mean to tell me you can't block good enough to beat Uconn with the running game, and the running game has been what's been doing good for you? All of a sudden, your running game's gone. Even with Shipley and Pace out, you have Maffa. I don't get it. There was 26 yards rushing at the first half. That doesn't make any sense to me. 38 passes. Why would you even? Why was 38 passes even an idea? Why was that even an option? It doesn't make any sense for me. It really doesn't. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the chat. Again, I got Purdue, Ohio State. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Ohio State is marching the ball, flag on the play, throwing it deep out of bounds. C.J. Stroud. Stroud is one of those guys that, when you look at him, compared to DJ, compared to Bryce Young and DJ, I mean, of all the guys that were quarterbacks, that were elite recruited quarterbacks for DJ's class, DJ's so far behind. I mean, in his overall mechanics. John gets in and says, DJ has the stronger arm by far, but Klubnik wins everything else. Accuracy, feet, maybe even decisions. I mean, we'll see about decisions when he gets on campus. The crazy thing is that Cade Klubnik was in the house. He visited today. And so my light fell down. Hold on. Even, like I said, even crazier is that he visited today. And so, it worries me when top recruits visit and watch this team because they're struggling mightily, just like with my light here. My light is now struggling mightily. Do your job, Mike. Do your job, Light. All right. So, again, we've got, let's see, top 25 scores. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Number 24, 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Number 24, Utah up 31-29. Now they're up 37-29. Just had a touchdown. Georgia up 23-10 against Tennessee. They just scored a passing touchdown. And Ohio State up 42-17 against Purdue. And let's see, Iowa, number 20, Iowa, 10-13. Minnesota's beating Iowa at halftime, 13-10. And University of Texas San Antonio, Sincere McCormick and Frank Gore Jr. Number 23, UTSA tied 10-10 with Southern Miss. Southern Miss 1-8. UTSA 9-0. So again, we looking Ohio State. Looks like they are trying to make a run for it here right before halftime. Yeah, Ohio State at the 15-yard line with less than a minute to go. First down and 10. And looks like there was a false start. Looks like every single wide receiver moved before. Yeah, every single wide receiver moved before Georgia goes up with the extra point, 24-10, with 37 seconds left. So that's 14 points. Ooh, I just feel like Georgia is got so much more depth than Tennessee. I worry there that Tennessee's not going to be able to hang within 20 now that I'm watching them play. So we're looking at my Michigan game was a win, Oklahoma's a win, Georgia right now is a win, Ohio State not a win. So 2-2, Florida State not a win. So 2-3, South Carolina is a pick'em game and it's tied. So we don't know there either. So 2-3. Next games up on my picks against the spread are at 7 p.m. So those are the we got 4 afternoon games, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you let me know if you listen to the live show Thursday on the radio. Hope you guys enjoy that. I know I only have an hour on the radio, but try to make the most of it. Trying to learn how the radio works. I feel like I've been getting better each week. I didn't have my adapter for the radio, so I'll need to make sure I remember to take my adapter so you can hear the radio audio, because they got microphones now. And I gotta actually remember where I put my adapter. That'd probably be even better. So I don't think I know where it's at. Mississippi State was a good win for me. We didn't have Mississippi State, but they beat Auburn today. All right, so Ohio State still looking to try to find a way to get into the end zone before half. Olave tiptoes to the sideline with a catch at the 8-yard line. It looks like they're reviewing it now, but it looks like it was a catch. Tennessee has the ball, second down with 30 seconds to go. Looks like they ran the ball. Hendon Hooker was looking for a pass and then ended up getting sacked in the backfield. And I'm wondering if that's not just going to be the end of the first half there. It doesn't really look like they're going to be going for another play there for Tennessee and Georgia. They're still reviewing the Chris Olave catch. Looks like he was in bounds when I don't know. Actually, he looks like he bobbled it a little bit, or he changed hands as he was out of bounds. So hard to say if you could count that for him. I would believe that Ohio State would be able to come through with a field goal here to make it 45-17 and continue to hurt me for the Purdue game. Texas A&M and Ole Miss coming up in an hour and little over an hour and a half. Yep, Tennessee does end up going to halftime. And so they ended up reversing the complete pass called on the field for the Olave pass, and they're going to say that it was incomplete for Ohio State. 3rd down and 8 now for the Buckeyes. Iowa's struggle with Minnesota is a surprise for me. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Minnesota's doing very well this year. I haven't watched many Big Ten games. I need to watch more games. I don't know how all these people, I do have a full-time job, so I can't obviously watch every single game, but I don't know how some of these people do it. I seriously don't. Watching as many games as they do, it trips me out. Let me see if I can share this video out and with Facebook here. and see if I can't get some more people to join us. Yeah, we'll see if we can get it. Get some more people in. I'm going to post it on Facebook here. Looks like Emory Jones was able to bring back Florida 70-52 over Samford. I can't believe that game, to be honest with you. I really can't. I mean, the most points that an FCS team has ever scored on Florida, and thankfully they got a win, I guess, for the coach's sake. Will Rogers for Mississippi State, 415 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Looks like those were your top 2 Power 5 quarterbacks there. Haskins had 156 yards for their win against Penn State. Let's go back and look and see where we're at. Again, a lot of our games are at halftime right now. Boston College, Georgia Tech just coming back from halftime. Duke and Virginia Tech also back from halftime. As far as the SEC goes, Georgia, Tennessee at half. South Carolina, Missouri getting ready to be at half. So, Eric Waldrop, welcome in, Eric. If we could describe this team in one word, what would it be? Quote, or parentheses, a very concerned Tiger fan. A very concerned Tiger fan. Eric, I'll be honest with you. The fact that they came out and had to convert, 3 fourth down plays to move the ball against Connecticut is utterly ridiculous. It is to the point where that is completely unacceptable. You win 44-7, I get it. Not going to fire anybody over 44-7, but this is getting to a point where that is utterly ridiculous. For Uconn, a team that is one of the worst in the nation, you can't move the ball and you don't even attempt to run the ball. I get it, you don't have running backs, but you have Phil Maffa. You got to run the ball. Every team has to run the ball. Every single game you have to run the ball. Asking DJ on a bum knee now to throw 38 passes in one half is utterly ridiculous. So I know that's 2 words, but I'll just say ridiculous. But utterly ridiculous to me. I know you got me upset there. Sorry, Eric. You got me a little fired up there. John says depressing? ? Yeah, depressing. I mean, you can't really blame DJ. It seemed like this entire team took a step back. Wide receivers dropping passes again. DJ completely off. Can't hit anything. He's inaccurate. He's so inaccurate. It's a surprise when he makes a good play. That's the problem. It's a surprise when he makes a good throw. It's not that, man, there's glimpses of success. It's to the point where it's a surprise. He's gone backwards again. I mean, I thought they were making strides, having success, and getting better. And now it's like, this is the worst team you're going to play all year, and you play like that? I have no idea. It makes no sense to me. And Tony Elliott's got to stop with just running people deep. Literally, if you go back and watch these plays, the wide receivers, they're going deep, or they're doing stop routes. They're going 5 yards and they're turning around. They're going 10 yards and they're turning around. They're going to the first down marker and they're turning around. So if you're a defensive back, you got two things to worry about: going deep or stopping in front of you. That is not complicated. Now, maybe it's because DJ can't handle complicated. If DJ can't handle complicated, then he might as well just be a lame duck quarterback. He's just there just to be there to get the team through. If that's all he can handle is deep throws and short and stop routes and wide receiver screens, I don't know, man. It completely ridiculous to me. Lack of creativity in this offensive game plan. And then to be honest with you, it's not even that. I know teams can win with the basic Crayola crayon playbook. I know teams can win. You don't have to be some wizard to win games with your offensive playbook. But you need to put your team in a position to succeed. Is throwing that many wide receiver screens a position to succeed? Is making DJ, who's already been inaccurate all year, throw 38 times a position to succeed? I don't think so. I know not. I mean, and then the offensive line, you should be ashamed of yourself. You had running backs without, if you take Tyson Pumachan out the game, the running backs had 26 yards rushing. 26 yards against Uconn in the first half? It's ridiculous. All right. You got me riled up. Eric. I love it. All right, so Peanut Butter J, I feel like DJ in the offseason should work completely on his mechanics to sharpen the tools he has. He's an incredible talent that just needs to fix his fundamentals. As always, go Tigers. I mean, Dabo's going to tell you till the day he dies that DJ has it. It's just, and we're all going to be eating crow, when he figures it out. The thing about college football at an elite level is you don't have time to figure it out. Coaches don't get time to figure it out. People will get fired if it takes him 3 years to figure it out. Multiple people will get fired if DJ takes till he's a senior or a graduate to figure it out. Let's be honest. You're not going to wait. You're not going to give DJ 2021, 2022, and 2023. You're not going to give him 3 years to figure it out. So he's not figuring out this year. He's gone backwards in this game. He's getting hurt now. He's got one more year. You're not really going to give him 2023. You mean to tell me with Cade Klubnik and a potential Arch Manning that you're going to give him another opportunity? I don't see it. Time is of the essence for DJ. He's got to figure it out himself. I mean, he's got this offseason. As you mentioned, he's got this offseason. I mean, but there's not a lot of time. It's not like, this guy has 10 years to sit here and figure it out. And Dabo Swinney can't wait 10 years either. Maybe work out with Jordan Palmer. I mean, hey, anything. I'm willing to say anything. WB2DX says that's all DJ. NCAA playoff first round of the FBS NCAA playoff should be the conference championship game. Win that game, move to round 2, lose, and you play in a bowl game. I mean, I guess. If we're going to talk about the playoffs and conferences, I think if conferences are going to matter, then you got to get some of these teams that are no good out of there. I like soccer where they take the bad teams out and replace with teams that are better from lower conferences to give them a chance. Relegation, I think is what it's called. That'd be my opinion. Is if you're going to do that, then you need to start kicking out Vanderbilt and Duke and. You need to kick out these teams. If they're bad teams for 3 or 4 years in a row, these teams need to be kicked out and then relegated. New teams need to be relegated in. Let's see. John says, you're going to play simple. You need to play to strengths. This offense does not have one reliable strength. I mean, we thought it was the running game, but then you lose two running backs, right? For this game, they didn't play but one running back, basically. And Darian Rencher, I guess he's a running back, but he's, not necessarily somebody you would think is really, qualified as a strength. William Kirsting says it's a complete team effort. Yeah, I think so. Clemson Carr says, "What's up, Morgan? Tyson looked good." Yeah, Tyson looked good. He got hurt on his throwing shoulder, and it was over for him. Jod says, "No chance Dabo doesn't play a better quarterback if DJ struggles next year. He's already shown he'll pull the trigger." Mark Childers says, "The Atlanta Braves are world champs. Bring on weak florists." The weak florists. Bring them on. We're at halftime right now, I believe, at all of our games. So, yeah, halftime, I think. Yeah, so our top 3 games that I have up, we're at halftime. So that's why we're talking about Clemson. Clemson Carson said, "Just getting back from the game. BT Potter looked good," said R. White. You know, BT Potter definitely hit a couple. Let me pull up the score here. So, Clemson did what they needed to do. They won against Syracuse, lick their wounds, walk away, have a 12 p.m. game against Wake Forest after this. But, I mean, DJ, again, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Makes no sense. They finally started running the ball in the second half. They ran the ball with Phil Maffa, and they ran the ball with Darren Rencher. But to only have under 3 yards per carry against Uconn, I'm just going to look at these stats of Uconn real quick. Rushing defense, Uconn. 111th. Everybody else is getting 4.43 yards per carry, and Clemson got less than 2 from their running backs. I mean, they're one of the worst rushing defensive teams in the nation. And Clemson pretended like they were one of the best. You know, in the nation right now, you would be in the top 10 in rushing defense if you consistently held teams to what Uconn held Clemson to. Okay, yeah, I could give you that, John. John says, "Come on, Morgan. Rencher on any other team playing against Uconn this year would be a solid runner. He's not P5, but at UMass or other places, he'd be a stud or run on Uconn." Okay, I will give you that. I'll definitely give you that. He should be able to do that. I'm actually going to tweet this. So, you know, if you look at Clemson versus Uconn, I mean, Clemson's top 2 rushers they had 31 rushes for sorry. 31 rushes for 86 yards. That's 2.7 yards per carry. I mean, so we're going to say Maffa and Rencher. I'm going to put this on Twitter. Rencher went 31. See, they had 31 carries for 86 yards. Right? Yeah. 31 carries for 86 yards. 2.77 yards per carry. A Uconn team that has allowed 4.43 yards per carry. Maffa and Rencher had 31 carries for 86 yards, 2.77 yards per carry. A Uconn team that is 111th in the nation in rush defense and has allowed 4.3 yards per carry. I mean, my point being 2.77 yards per carry is basically making UConn look like a top 10 rushing defense. I mean, because if you look at 2.77, if they held Clemson the way they held Clemson today, even if you count everybody, 3.1 yards per carry. 3.1 yards per carry, guys, is good enough for tied for they'd be right at 10th in the nation, 11th, 10th in the nation. Talk about making, you know how they say, like, when you watch the Atlanta Braves, they make a former player look like an all-star that was bad on their team. They make the other team look like an all-star. Well, that's kind of making UConn look like an all-star. But anyways, all right, Clemson Carson, the running game was non-existent because our O-line is absolutely horrendous. There doesn't seem to be a dog mentality on any of them. The injuries on O-line, we should not be too surprised that we had trouble running the ball against anybody. I mean, but this is the worst defense, one of the worst rushing defenses in the nation. I don't know. Makes no sense to me. Will we be able to run against Wake Forest? I mean, they play like a sandlot team on the O-line. Absolutely look uncoached and unprepared for me. That's exactly what I said, man. Now they've been that way all year. When you get pushed around by an abysmal Uconn team, that's just sad. Too many injuries. More time in the weight room is needed. What happened to wide receiver U? They start dropping the balls all of a sudden again. It's crazy. The injuries are getting ridiculous. Game after game, they're just piling up. Yeah. I mean, like 7 more injuries? But anyways, let's go back to some of these games. Let's see. Are we all still at halftime for all these games? Looks like it. Looks like we're at halftime for everything. I hate that I started this chat when everything goes to halftime. My bad. Oh, man. Let's see if I can share this out here. I'll share out the video. Ross's injury did not look good. Got the feeling he's going to be out for the remainder of the season. To be honest with you, the injuries are getting hard to watch. It's getting hard to watch. I'm telling you, they need to hit those weights harder. Well, I mean, I've been trying to hit the weights hard myself, and it does not happen overnight. Poor conditioning causes injuries, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, I mean, I can't really blame a trainer for, torn ACLs, torn pectoral muscle. Sometimes those things just happen. I mean, to be honest with you, the Gamecocks, my Gamecock friends would like to make it known that they have dealt with injuries many times over the years, and basically we just need to, as Clemson fans, need to just suck it up, and get over with it. I mean, I tore my ACL twice, my right ACL. I walked on and played soccer at Anderson right after getting back from Iraq. I was playing soccer pretty good. I mean, I was conditioning every single day, and then I go play a pickup basketball game and tear my ACL. It's kind of a fluke play too. I had stole the ball, was sprinting down the court, and went for a little Euro step, and my knee gave out. I mean, to be honest with you, I was in the best shape of my life at that point. I was literally running, and maybe it was overuse. Maybe it was overuse at that point. But, I rehabbed and got back the very next year and twisted my knee again in basketball again. And then my doctor said, "Hey, you're going to have to give up basketball or play something else or just play horse." So, I wish that I could say that I knew a trainer that could fix it, but you can work on balance. You can work on, you really can't strengthen. I mean, they say you can, some people will say you can strengthen ligaments and stuff like that, and maybe a torn pectoral in Taquan Johnson's case is, maybe that is overuse too. But some of these things, like the torn ACL of Will Taylor or, torn Achilles, some of those things are kind of like just out of nowhere happen. Maybe they're overuse things, but I mean, I've watched the Carolina Panthers practice, and I'm not convinced that they're getting overused. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not there every single day. Something needs to get fixed with conditioning because we're starting to look like a Muschamp Gamecocks team with the amount of injuries. I agree, yeah. The Gamecocks had horrible injury results under Muschamp compared to Spurrier. Pretty sure strength and conditioning was at least a factor. They really haven't the thing about that, though, is what have they changed? Stop using Osterine? A lot of people would say that, probably. But what have they really changed? I mean, to me, there's such a drastic difference. You would think that there's been some sort of big change, right? Oh boy, here's some of the post-game interview stuff. Let me go look at Anna Hickey here. Anna usually tweets out some certain things. Elliott on if he has a concern with the offensive line struggling to push Uconn off the ball. No, because I've seen them do it before. Said some calls didn't get communicated properly, which contributed to blocking the wrong guys. Again, said some calls didn't get communicated properly, which contributed to blocking the wrong guys. That's coaching. That's offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator. The offense was not coordinated. Whose fault is that? The coordinator of that offense. Teams that have averaged, this is at halftime, teams that average greater yards per pass versus Uconn than Clemson. Clemson ended up with yards per pass 6.1. So I don't know what, that's not completely accurate, but all right. So we're talking about Clemson. You got me all in this Clemson thing, but this is college football evening, all right? This is college football evening. So this is college football evening news with Morgan Thomas. So let's look at some of the games. They're back on. Georgia, number 1 Georgia versus Tennessee, up 24-10 right now. 12-10 to go in the third quarter. Hendon Hooker just recently ran for 3 yards to the Tennessee 44. It's now 3rd down and 7 for Tennessee. South Carolina is also back. Missouri kicks a field goal and also has the ball again, so it's 17-14 Missouri. Hendon Hooker with a slant pass across the middle and extra yards to number 4. It looks like about a 15 to 16 yard play there. Nice little slant play on De'Aaron Kendrick, by the way. Now they're marching and they're into Georgia territory. Looks like there was a flag on the play, though. Ohio State seems to be getting ready to come back. We've got Virginia Tech as well, 27-3 over Duke. And again, there was a false start on Tennessee, pushing them back a little bit. So we've got Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Missouri, Purdue, Ohio State's getting ready to start, 45-17. So Ohio State did get that field goal at the end and are currently covering the 20-point spread. Tennessee, 2nd down and 12. They're moving the ball again on the 43-yard line with a little screen pass. Now, by the way, Clemson fans, we like to complain about the wide receiver screen, but Tennessee's doing it. Oh, my goodness. Ohio State right out of the gate with a huge touchdown pass to Chris Olave. And they are turning it on against Purdue, 51-17. Wait a minute. Flag on the play, holding by number 88, the tight end. And they'll be bringing that one back. Florida State, Miami, 8 minutes left in the third quarter, 20-7 over Miami. That's going to be a loss for me there too. Tennessee goes deep to the sideline. DK bats it down away. There's a flag on the play, though. It looks like it's on the defense. I don't know exactly what the play is. Pass interference on the defense. Yes. Number 29, pass interference, and they are going to accept it. The defensive back there. So that gives Tennessee a 1st down as they continue to march to getting close to the red zone. And Ohio State continues to move the ball, passing all the way down, tearing up big yards, another big catch from Joseph Smith and Jigwa. 1st down and 10 from the Purdue 34-yard line. C.J. Stroud backs up, surveys the field, passes to the left. Garrett Wilson can't get anywhere, and there's a flag on the play there. South Carolina's got the ball on the 2-yard line, looking to move after a punt by Missouri, down by 3, 17-14. Tennessee, 3rd down and 6 against Georgia. Looks like they're on the 9-yard line. Looks like they're on the 9-yard line here. No, excuse me, the 19-yard line. A run to the outside. You know what? Tennessee has been doing good with Georgia running to the off tackle, to the outside. They're setting the edge really well and being able to move the ball. But that's going to be a 4th down for them. I'm assuming that they're going to kick a field goal. It looks like they're debating it, though. 4th down here. What will Tennessee and the Volunteers do? And looks like they're actually going to come out and try to go for it on 4th down. So 4th and 4 from the 17-yard line. 4th and 4, man in motion. Hendon Hooker rolls to the left, surveys the field, passes it to literally no one in the back of the end zone for a turnover on downs. Was that really the smartest play there for Greg Hupel and the Tennessee Volunteers. Am I saying that right? Hopeful. I never can remember it. But it's going to be a turnover on downs in the red zone for the Tennessee Volunteers. I don't think that was a very good decision because you've got to get closer to 20 points, Tennessee. 20. I need 20. Purdue, I need 20. Ohio State, 3rd down and 11 from the 34-yard line. Stroud passes across the middle to number 11, and Jigba reaches for the first down, and looks like they spot him short. It's going to be 4th down for Ohio State with 11 minutes to go. Ohio State's offensive line looking to the sideline to see what they can do. Come on, guys. You're up by more than 20. No need to go for it on 4th down. Just kick the field goal. Let Purdue have a chance. All right. Ohio State's going to go for it. 4th down and 1. Under 11 minutes now. C.J. Stroud changes the protection. Backs up. Passes wide open to Garrett Wilson. Wilson untouched. Drag from behind. They cannot get him pulling on his jersey for the touchdown. 24-yard touchdown reception by Garrett Wilson. Oh, man, and Ohio State, number four, Ohio State turning it on, 51-17. They're going to kick the point after and go up, it looks like now, 52-17. Goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness. That is just frustrating. Now, it looks like Miami has come out after halftime and scored to make it 20-14. I need Miami to win by 2.5 or by 3. So, oh my goodness, Miami, you're going to cause me to lose. Purdue going to cause me to lose. Tennessee going to cause me to lose. South Carolina going to cause me to lose. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at 4 losses right here. I already got another loss from Oklahoma. My picks against the spread are not looking good tonight. Oh, my goodness. Really, really frustrating here. But that is college football. That is college football for you. South Carolina seems to be moving down the field somewhat. They have a pretty decent drive going, starting from within their 10-yard line, and now they're at the 50. I need South Carolina, so straight up pick them for South Carolina. Now, my South Carolina friend said, don't pick South Carolina. They never do good in Missouri. And I said, well, you know what? Missouri has a terrible rush defense. South Carolina's got a good rushing team. I mean, I think they can do okay, right? Well, they're struggling right now, so we'll see what happens. Tennessee, Georgia to the outside. James Cook to the outside on 1st down. Picks up another 1st down. I don't know. I don't think Tennessee can keep it close. This will be, as Kelly Gramlich said on The Roar, this will be another one of those SEC games that Tennessee wins by 20. They have basically blown out the gauntlet of the SEC this year if this score holds true. I mean, they're up by 14 right now, so I'm doing good. I don't know why I keep saying they're not within the 20, but they're within the 20. Cook bounces to the outside again and just chews up. Nope, that's White. Chews up more yards. Wow. Tennessee's defense just cannot hang with Georgia's rushing attack right now. They're coming out, just running it down their throats. So Clemson Carson said, pretty sure Scott called the pass plays. James Bond said, did Scott call the plays against Alabama? Jeff Scott, to my understanding, has never called the plays for Clemson. That's to my understanding. And I've talked to David Hood, others. There has been, he did put input into what the passing plays were going to be, but it's beyond obvious to me that this passing game has been dumbed down for the quarterback, and the quarterback cannot handle it even still. You don't go from the fourth best passing team in the nation 3 years in a row with Trevor Lawrence to this. I mean, without having some major problems. But how are the Fruits doing? Couldn't be any worse, though. Try something else like what? DK doing the same thing at Georgia as he was with defense, sloppy with penalties. Tony play calling is safe and predictable. Yeah, I would say so. I think as the game goes on, he gets more and more conservative, regardless of the score. I mean, I really don't feel like he's a very aggressive play caller. Whereas on the other side of the ball, with the defense, I feel like Brent Venables is a killer, just go for your throat type of aggressive defensive play calling. Ohio State kicks the ball off, but again, it's 52-17, complete blowout in Columbus. Really, is there any need? Is there any need to even watch that game? Should I just go ahead and chalk it up as a loss? I think so. I mean, they're well beyond even 30 points. They're almost at 40 points. Where's my pen? I don't know where my pen went. So, serious question to the group. This is group of my followers here, of fans of the show. What do you think about the radio show part so far? What do you think about the Thursday night radio show? I know it's only an hour. I wish we could do more. I'm just going to go ahead and chalk up a loss for Ohio State. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. Man. Georgia still within range here for me. Georgia at the 50-yard line, running the ball more. Stetson Bennett keeps it, is able to break off a run. Here's the thing. If you're a Clemson fan, Stetson Bennett is outperforming the DJ. I mean, there are many, many quarterbacks in the nation that are outperforming DJ. I don't necessarily think he's a good fit for college football. For college football and the way it is spread, read option, quarterback running a ton. I mean, I don't know. He's just not. So I appreciate guys telling me that you like it. I appreciate it. DJ is a bust at Clemson. There's nothing that tells. Like I said, he's running out of time. Dabo says give him time. He's running out of time. And it's clear that this team would be a miracle if they beat Wake Forest, and it's going to be a grind out game against South Carolina, and an embarrassing grind out game against South Carolina. Embarrassing. It's going to be a loss against Wake Forest. I don't see any way around it. I mean, I hate to chalk up things early, but I hate to go ahead and say that. I really do. But how can you say Wake Forest can score? I mean, I don't know. Clemson's defense is the only way they're going to have a chance. Speaking of Cade, he had the number 2 play on SportsCenter this morning. That was I thought that was Jaron Kanak. He bowled over like 7 guys. He's going to be a linebacker for Clemson. If he wants to keep his scholarship, he should switch to the baseball team. Cade Klubnik will start at Clemson some point next season. Clemson Tiger 300. My thought on that is I give DJ, if I'm Dabo, I'm giving DJ until Halloween 2022. If by Halloween 2022 there are, let's look at the schedule. Let's look at the 2022 schedule. They've got Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech. They've got Louisiana Tech, Furman. Well, we don't really know all the game. We don't really know the full schedule when they're going to play who. So I can't really say because all the ACC games are TBA. So I can't really say, but they know that Georgia Tech is September 5th. I guess that's going to be the first game of the season. Louisiana Tech is September 17th. And then you got Furman October 8th. I mean, I feel like there will be, 2 ACC teams sprinkled in there? Boston College, Louisville, maybe. They got Miami, NC State, Syracuse, Florida State, Wake Forest. To me, if I am Dabo, I'm giving DJ to, the end of October. September, October. You got 2 months. If he has lost 2 games or has played horrific after 2 months, it's time to just move on. You can't give DJ 3 years of bad play. You can't give him a year and a half. If you're going to be an elite team, you got to move on. Now Dabo says he's going to give him a chance. We're all going to eat crow. I'm not really a DJ hater. I mean, we've seen flashes of greatness. We've seen what he can do, but he did that with one of the best running backs in the ACC. He did that with, an NFL level slot receiver. He doesn't necessarily have that, but I mean, but there's also responsibility on Elliott as well. I don't think Elliott has the ability to put DJ in the position to win. I think Elliott says you need to play in how they say a square peg in a round hole or a round peg in a square hole. I don't know how it goes, but that's how it feels like. It feels like Tony Elliott is saying you need to play the way we play. We're not changing for you. What's weird to me and head scratching is they did change for Kelly Bryant. They changed the offense to be more run focused. And they did that on purpose because they wanted to play to his strengths. When they did that, they lost 1 game and went to the playoffs. I don't understand why they are not playing to DJ's strengths. And maybe it's because he literally is so inconsistent that you don't know how to play to his strengths. And then on top of that, the offensive line is so bad that makes it even worse. So you basically have to go back to the basics and only play the basic calls. And to be honest with you, if you value your career, you can't let a quarterback, you can't let one player make you look bad for 2 years in a row. I mean, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I am not letting DJ and this offensive line either, not letting them make me look bad for 2 years in a row. Even Dabo. I mean, you went from elite, best of the best in college football, consistent, to inconsistent, worst on offense. But Brent Venables is able to keep it. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. But anyways, let's go back to the other games here. Let's go back. All right, so Purdue, Ohio State on commercial, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, hey, Purdue scored. Hey, I'm sitting here talking about Clemson, and Purdue scored down 52-24. So 52 plus 20, that'd be 44. Gosh, going to need 2 more scores from Purdue by the end of the game. 2 more scores for Purdue, no scores for Ohio State. I don't think it's going to happen. Georgia, Tennessee. Georgia ends up kicking a field goal up by 17 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 26-yarder, as you see there. Missouri has the ball. No, South Carolina has the ball. Last play, it was a punt. 36-yard fair catch on the South Carolina 7. So South Carolina's going to take over on the 7-yard line and try to take it down the field. It's a straight-up pick game. I need South Carolina to win. I should have never picked them. It's always good for a Clemson fan to be able to cheer against South Carolina, and here I am, because I picked them, cheering for them like a dummy. Like a complete dummy. Going to the ACC here. Okay, so you guys were I was asking you about the live show, right? I was asking you about the Thursday night show. Hopefully, I'm going to ask the Roar if maybe they'll give me 2 hours, something like that. We'll see. But as far as the YouTube channel goes, man, I really want to get out more content. Maybe do something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe even do something every single day, even if it's just like a 10-minute video or even a 7-minute video. But man, it is so hard. And you know, it's the holiday season. Things at work are picking up like crazy. I want to get out more content on the YouTube channel, but I just don't see it. It's been very difficult. If you have any suggestions on how to get out more content on YouTube, please let me know, because sometimes it is stressful. One hour better than 2? You think so? 1 hour better than 2? You need like a Monday night show with Big Al. Well, see, Big Al, you know, he's got 2 girls. They're young. All of our girls are 6 years old, so it's kind of hard to do more than one night. I could probably do 2 nights by myself. You'll watch it. I appreciate it, Carson. I appreciate that. Any word on Andre Green getting to Clemson this weekend? Well, I could tell you that I haven't looked. I could probably find that, but out. But I don't want to go and like look at Paul Strelo and see what he says and then tell you what he says. I don't think that's very ethical. But you know, maybe if you can find it free somewhere. I haven't looked at what Tiger Illustrated. I love Tiger Illustrated. They seem to have the most accurate stuff, at least in my opinion. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Looks like the benches have cleared in Florida State versus Miami. Every single player is on the field. Every single player is on the field right now, holding each side off. Holding each side back. The referee throws a flag. Or maybe that was the start of the game. I don't know. I hate it when they do replays like from the start of the game. Okay, all right. So Miami threatening here. 4th and 2 on the 4-yard line. Van Dyke looks like to slide the protection. Backs up, tells the running back, puts the wide receiver in motion. Handoff, pass to the short flats, and a touchdown for the Miami Hurricanes to the tight end, number 85. And they tie the ball game, 20-20. The Hurricanes need to win by 2.5. They can't win by 1. Oh, my goodness. The Miami Hurricanes cannot win by 1. This is going to be literally the worst week of picking for me if they don't figure this out. John, Miami just scored. Ha, John, gotcha. Yeah, don't watch either, but I figured watch the USC game. Just making a joke partially. So, wow. I mean, to be honest with you, I just never thought that we would against the worst team on the schedule, Clemson would play the worst game. I'm just in shock. I'm in complete shock about this. Maybe I need to just go straight to AEW and just only watch AEW wrestling. They have a full gear tonight, the pay-per-view Full Gear. Might just need to watch that. The refs in the Crapalina game are awful. Well, Miami goes up 21-20. Oh, South Carolina. No. South Carolina just got sacked by Missouri, fumbled the ball, and Missouri picked it up in the end zone for a touchdown. Wow. 17-yard loss, sack, touchdown by Missouri, and they're on to kick the field goal. Oh my gosh, my picks against the spread. My picks against the spread are going to be destroyed here. Wow. Oh, I don't think that Clemson. Oh, you're talking about Indiana. No, I didn't see Florida. That was a shock game too. Did not see Florida doing that either. ACC scores: Miami 21-20 over Florida State in the fourth quarter. Boston College 31-24 over Georgia Tech in the fourth quarter. And Virginia Tech 27-10 in the fourth quarter. SEC, Georgia up 27-10 in the third. South Carolina down 24-14 against Missouri in the third. Now, we can complain all we want about Clemson, but they're not. At least we're not Florida Gator fans. Wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being a Florida Gator fan right now? They won that game, and they got to feel horrible about it. Hendon Hooker with the ball on the 41-yard line looks to run on a quarterback keeper, 3rd down and 1, and gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Georgia. Way too easy there. Looks like these are the kind of plays like Nakobe Dean there got a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Tennessee just looked like Clemson there. Pulled two offensive linemen, pulled the left tackle and left guard, and the linebackers are just too fast for that. What's happening to me? What I see happening is these pull plays, the traditional blocking. These advanced blocking techniques are not working against these teams that have super fast defenses. You're just going to have to tell the offensive lineman to block the guy in front of them. I mean, it really, to be honest with you, they're just way too fast. Georgia's defense is way too fast for Tennessee's offensive line, and the same goes for Clemson. Hooker sacked again. That must have been a replay we just saw. So you guys that are in the chat, what are the best offensive coordinators out there, or potential offensive coordinator? Is it seriously the next option is the best option really Brandon Streeter, or is the best option really Willie Korn? Is that really the two options that Clemson has? Clemson Carson, good point. Same thing with Bible Belt. You guys are right on it. There's so many times where you see he throws it away after one read, but if you look at some of these plays, they are dumbed down so bad that he only has one read. And that's, to me, again, that's on Tony Elliott. That's not putting your quarterback in the best position. Dumbing down to just being able to throw to one player. I've seen it multiple times this year. You would think that would be the safer thing to do. Just give him one person to worry about. But that is actually making it worse. Like, to me, that makes no sense. A co-offensive coordinator could get us by. So you make Brandon Streeter a co-offensive coordinator, or maybe you make Brandon Streeter the co-offensive coordinator and then put Willie Korn at quarterbacks coach. I don't think you put Willie Korn at quarterbacks coach. He's going to want to be an offensive coordinator. So do you then skip Brandon Streeter, or do you just get the get a duo, get Streeter and Korn as a duo co-offensive coordinators? Maybe that will work. I don't think Jeff Scott's coming back. I mean, look at that. I mean, has anybody ever gone back? Has anybody ever left and gone back? I mean, maybe in Alabama. Don't look now. Purdue just scores. Don't look now. Purdue just scores on a 9-yard reception and are only down 22. They're only down 22. We need Purdue to lose by less than 22. Purdue is down 22, getting ready to kick the field goal with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. South Carolina down 24-14, getting ready to punt. I'm going to have to probably say South Carolina, literally, I mean, how did they beat Florida? They can't get the ball moving at all. Oh, man, he just shanked the punt. Just shanked the punt, went maybe 20 yards. Michigan State 34-20 Maryland. Maryland gets 21. 34-21 Michigan State over Maryland right now. They keep showing these replays of Hendon Hooker getting destroyed by Georgia's defense. Georgia, I mean, Hendon Hooker, that's the thing, you know, they are they able to keep it close, down by 17 right now. I don't really have confidence that I'm going to win that one either. Now, I did mark down that Ohio State was a loss, but I'm going to erase that one because, you know, they're within. They're down by 21. They're down by 21. I need them to lose by less than 20. USC not likely to hire Elliott unless others turn down first. Fans, boosters do not want another up-and-comer type coach. Yeah. I think this season alone has really hurt Tony Elliott's chances of getting a coaching job. Can we win either of the last two games with DJ? Albert Kuhn gets in. I think I don't think you can win Wake Forest. Not this team. I don't know, man. I mean, you can't be very confident right now as a fan. I don't know about the players. I don't know how they feel. South Carolina, though, is bad. I mean, they are struggling to move the ball at all against Missouri. They're bad. Clemson's defense, I think, alone can help them beat South Carolina. For Wake Forest, though, I don't know because Wake Forest can really throw the ball. Miami has the ball again with going into the fourth quarter. Can Purdue clean it up and hold Ohio State and get another score? Can Miami extend their lead against Florida State with just 1 quarter to go? I mean, all this talk about Clemson and being ranked and all these things, I don't think they deserve to be ranked. I mean, to me, it would be such a insignificant ranking because of the way they're playing. They're playing so bad. Everybody likes to complain about the eye test. Well, to be honest with you, I'd rather be the team that looks good with the eye test than a team that is 7-3 and their eye test is what Clemson has. I mean, Clemson has probably the worst eye test I've ever seen in years and years. Bible Belt Beauty says, I think I got a funny feeling we win out. I don't know how I feel about winning out. You never can tell, though. Not even top 35 right now. Looks like, okay, Georgia is on commercial, South Carolina is on commercial, Maryland and Michigan State are playing. I'm losing some games here. Purdue commercial, Miami commercial, Duke commercial. Everybody on commercial. Everybody's on commercial break. Georgia at the 48 into the third quarter. Missouri at the 39 into the third quarter. Missouri threatening to score. Ohio State into the third quarter at Purdue's 38, threatening to score. And so everybody seems to be threatening to score here. So what do you guys think? The thing I like doing the radio, but I love Walt Deptula. I just don't ever see me being able to. I would love to do more radio. I just don't see me being able to know every single sport. I love Clemson. I love, reading articles about Clemson, watching Clemson, rewatching Clemson, talking about Clemson. But even college football as a whole, I enjoy it a little bit, but I'm very much a Clemson person. But for me to be on the radio regularly, I need to know like NBA, NFL, hockey, soccer. I mean, I know Formula One and I know AEW wrestling, but I don't know. I don't think the channel that I have, I know it's the Morgan Thomas show, but it's obviously very Clemson related. So I don't think it would be good for this channel to me to add stuff in that's not Clemson related. I kind of did create this channel to be pretty much Clemson related. So I don't really know. Any suggestions would be appreciated. Also, any suggestions on how I can maybe do more content? I don't know. I probably could do more recruiting videos. We used to do recruiting videos, but I could do more of those. I could get back into that. There's some recruits out there I think are worth looking at for this class and the next class. So I definitely could do more recruiting videos. I don't know. NASCAR. Yeah, well, when I was a kid, I liked NASCAR, but not. I don't know. I lost touch with NASCAR. Georgia's moving down the field, getting ready to score. They're in the red zone. I should be hired to do college football red zone, instead of NFL red zone. I really like the NFL red zone show. I could totally do the college football red zone. Miss the recruiting videos? Yeah, I can do some more of those. Those are easier to do, like before I go into work or after work or at lunch break or something like that. Ohio State continuing to march down the field, getting another first down. Tennessee looks like they got an injured player walking off the field. Florida State with the ball on second down and 10. No, Miami with the ball, second down and 10. South Carolina on deep. Missouri with the ball, first down and 10 on the 28. Yeah, it looks like just Ohio State's just going to move it down the field and be able to score again here. Doesn't really seem like Purdue is able to stop them at all. Tennessee's injured player off the field now. 2nd and 3 for Georgia. Also knocking at the door. Tennessee has a walk and talk thing. Or, not Tennessee, Pigskin Pete. I'd say I don't want to copy Pigskin Pete because I like him. I want him to have his own thing. What is the walk and talk thing? What is the walk and talk thing? Explain that to me. John gets in. Miami just scored again. Yes, he's correct. 27 to 20. Miami. I got friends that are at that game. I know they're pretty upset. And the field goal is good. 28 to 20. Miami takes the lead over 2.5 with just fourth quarter left to go. That could be a win for me. That could be a win. I need that win. I need Georgia. I need Tennessee to stop Georgia. I need Purdue to stop Ohio State. Georgia tosses the ball to Cook, and he gets in the end zone with relative ease. Touchdown, Georgia. Also, touchdown, Ohio State. Chris Olave dives. 2 touchdowns back-to-back that I did not need. Missouri, also a touchdown and an extra point. 31 to 14, Missouri. 27 to 10, Tennessee. 58 to 31, Purdue. So that'd be a loss. That'd be a loss. I'd be 1-3. That'll be a win. That's 2-3. This will be a loss. So all of my games before 7 p.m. I'll be 2-4. 2-4 with 4 games to go. That's not good, fellas. I need to win out. Michigan was a win. Oklahoma was a loss. Georgia, currently a loss. Purdue, Ohio State, currently a loss. Miami, currently a win. Missouri, currently a loss. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 games, I'll be 2-4 if everything holds the same here. Okay, so you guys watched the basketball game? I didn't watch this most recent basketball game. Coach Coop does a walk and talk too? Okay, let me go back to this. What is this walk and talk thing? So he just walks around like the neighborhood? I'm going to have to watch this video. So let me ask you this. What if like on my lunch break, and are these walk-in talks live? Are they live or are they recorded? Discuss my reasoning behind my picks. I could do that. Well, we kind of do that on the radio show. You know, we go fast because I don't have a lot of time, but I could probably do a more in-depth picks against the spread. Is what you're saying? So let me write that down. So because I like the ideas here. So, in-depth picks against the spread. Okay, I could do those. Because we do 10 games a week, and I could do those. So he does live and pre-recorded. So I could do a pre-recorded picks against the spread. You know, I'm doing good this year, but it's all luck. You know how it is. It's all luck. So talking about the walk and talk thing. Here's my idea with that. What if I did something like you know, I was thinking I just pick like 3 topics, and like at lunchtime, just like a lunch break type thing. Maybe what if I did like a live lunch break, or I don't think a live like before work because that'd be like 7 a.m. I don't think that would be very popular, but because that's too early, in my opinion. And I wouldn't really want to get up that early either. Stumble and mumble. I could do that. I could do a stumble and mumble. So, yeah, maybe I like I said, maybe I do something. My thought was that I could pick like 2 or 3 random topics, you know, that are college football related or Clemson related, and just try to talk about it. It'll definitely help me with my radio skills, you know. That's my only thing is like with the radio, I probably should do more. I probably should learn to do more things that aren't Clemson, you know. So it looks like Georgia has an injured player on the field being tended to. Florida State. It's got Jordan Travis trying to make a run with some big plays and can't do it. It's 3rd down and long for Florida State. 4th down and 6 for South Carolina. They're going to go for it. 4th down and 6 on their 29-yard line, on their own 29-yard line. Back to pass. South Carolina getting pressured big time. Rolls out to the left. And looks like he just throws it out of bounds. What a disastrous play for Brown there. The quarterback for South Carolina just gets blitzed immediately. Pressure. 2 guys from the left. Rolls out to his left to try to escape and throws the ball out of bounds. Turnover on downs. Missouri gets the ball in great field position at the 29-yard line. Am I still working on my play-by-play? Well, I was thinking about doing that again for basketball season. I did most of the time I've done play-by-play for basketball. And my friend Mark Childress, he has connections and he can get me in to do play-by-play with some smaller schools in the upstate. So I might be able to benefit from that. I don't know. The thing about play-by-play is that once you get in it and you start doing it, then that's all your Saturdays. That's all your Saturdays. That's your late nights on the weekends. I like doing it, but I'd much rather do my own thing, on my own show. I tell you what, it was fun, especially that game. What was it? That game we did, Syracuse, and they won. They won on there were 2 games we did, and Clemson won on the last second. It was pretty good. 4th and 6 on your own 29-yard line and go for it. What an idiot. Yep, very, very dumb. You said nuts, but I'm going to call me an idiot. Texas Tech. Texas Tech up 38-28 on Iowa State, but they moved the fans. That's weird. Not really sure about that. Tennessee got the ball 3rd down and 8 on Georgia's 22-yard lines. They've moved down the field. Can they get a score? Come on, Tennessee. Hendon Hooker looks to the sideline. Calls the play. Sets the formation. Running back to his left. Rolls to his right. Goes across the line of scrimmage and throws the ball deep in the back of the end zone out of bounds. It looked like he was past the line of scrimmage. They're going to replay it. Yeah, it looked like he was completely past the line of scrimmage. Dumb play by Hendon Hooker. It looked like he also had room to maybe sprint out to the sideline for a 1st down. Love to do a upstate high school scoreboard call-in show. I thought Jeff Hawley is doing that on The Roar. Isn't he doing some sort of call-in show? Or maybe it's not a call-in show, but it's a scoreboard show, I know. Maybe you can't call in, though. BC about to wrap up a win against Georgia Tech. Does anyone care? I don't think so. Tennessee still has the ball? What? 1st down and 10. Passing complete. I'm talking to you guys and I'm missing this. How do they have the ball again? Tennessee, 2nd down and 10. I swear, Tennessee was just 3rd down, and then must have had a penalty or something. South Carolina's got the ball again, 2nd down and 2, and they get the 1st down. 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Ron Scarborough has one on the old WRIX. That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people are die-hard high school football fans, but the overall market for it, I don't think is. I just don't see it. I mean, really, to be honest with you, I'm limited in my Clemson market. That's one of the things that I've been thinking about is if I just do Clemson, then there's a cap there, of just that fan base, which, like I said, it's what I primarily know and like to follow. So I don't know. And I'm going to have to start doing more things on my own because, as you guys know, it's hard to get 3 guys together. I love Allen and Houston, but it's hard to get all 3 guys together all at the same time and the same day on the same topics. Is very difficult. So in order to get out more content, a lot of that content has to be just me, which I don't mind, but I'd like to get the other guys in there because I enjoy them, but a lot of it's going to have to be me by myself. Iowa State within 3 now against Texas Tech. Fourth down for Florida State. Texas A&M and Ole Miss coming up soon. I got them down there, 7 p.m.er, so 10 minutes to go for them. You're not going to make any money doing it. You got to love it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, you really don't make a ton of money on YouTube. At least I don't. I mean, you really don't make a ton of money on YouTube, even with the sponsors and stuff. I mean, it's not like game-changing money out there. You got to love doing it. There's a couple people that have done shows that have given up in the amount of time that I have done it. So I started 3 years ago. I've been doing this for 3 years, and there are a couple people that have done shows and then given up and asked, how I do it. And I mean, the answer is you got to love doing it. Like you said, you got to love talking about Clemson, and how's Penn State doing? They lost today. Michigan beat them. Michigan beat them and covered the spread, 1.5 points. There's an injured player for Georgia on the field. Looks like he's holding his elbow. Messed his elbow up. Florida State was able to kick a field goal and go on, and they're down 28-23, which is good for me. Good for me. 4 minutes to go. Need Miami to win. I need Tennessee to score here. If Tennessee scores here, they bring it within 20. That's my goal. Maybe if I wear sunglasses inside, more people will watch. There's like 3 people that do YouTube that wear sunglasses inside. I'm trying, and that was my thing. Like, I could wear a hat, I could wear sunglasses. I could wear whatever I want to wear. But my goal was to try to get on the radio. My goal was to present myself in a professional way. Well, really, it wasn't initially to try to get on the radio, but it was my original goal was to present myself in a professional way and really kind of mimic Colin Cowherd. And then doing it by myself was very difficult, so I added in Alan, and then I started to try to mimic the fantasy footballers. I like their show. And I would like to continue mimicking how fantasy footballers do it. So I feel like they're very analytical, and they have a good group of guys, and I love their show. And then when the radio started, I started bleeding into trying to be more like Pat McAfee and, just having some guys having a good time, whatever. But I'm not Pat McAfee at all, because he's a lot worse as far as like language and stuff he talks about. But wearing sunglasses, not my thing. But I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. All right, come on, Tennessee. 3rd down and 6. Little under 11 minutes to go. Hendon Hooker back. Coverage is good. Rolls out to his right. As he rolls out to his right, he gets sacked. As he gets sacked, he lets the ball go free, and Georgia picks it up for a turnover. Are you kidding me? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you not tuck the ball? What? That has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Rencher's podcast, Players Club, is really good. Yeah, they say he's pretty good. I haven't actually seen it. I've seen some clips of his. Oh my goodness, Hendon Hooker just fumbled that ball, man. Georgia State beat Coastal? What? Are you serious? (42-40). 17-yard pass. No, they were down 42-34 and got it 42-40, went for 2, and I guess failed. Failed on going for 2. Georgia State's Darren Granger had the homecoming he dreamed about all season. Granger threw for 198 yards and 2 touchdowns, only a few miles from where he grew up, as Georgia State won its first ever game over a ranked opponent, defeating number 22 Coastal Carolina 42-40. Nose tackle Thomas Gore wrapped up Coastal's Shamari Jones short of the goal line on a 2-point conversion with just a minute left to secure the win. Takeaway: Georgia State, the Panthers had come close before to top 25 success, including a 21-17 loss to number 24 Louisiana Lafayette on November 4th. Coach Sean Elliott talked about finishing out games, and his team listened with several big plays down the stretch. Coastal Carolina, on the other hand, lost their undefeated season last month and their chance at a Sun Belt East division with this one. They'd need Appalachian State to lose 2 of its last 3 games to have a shot at the league title. Ooh, that hurts. Coastal Carolina's run at the top 25 inclusion should end this week. The Chanticleers entered the rankings early in the 2020 season and got as high as 9th in the nation before finishing 14th. They started 22nd in the preseason this year and reached 14th on October 17th. That was talking about last year, I guess. Chadwell said McCall had made progress with his upper body injury but was not well enough to get on the field this week. McCall had been the nation's leader in pass efficiency rating, completing more than 73% of his passes this season. And he's a 2-star guy, by the way. 17 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Up next, Georgia State closes out the regular season with 2 home games, starting with Arkansas State and next Saturday, and Coastal plays its last home game against Texas State on Saturday. Could not come back. They got the touchdown. They just couldn't get that 2-point conversion. Breaking down the stats. I just feel like Georgia's run game is just going to beat up Tennessee now. South Carolina did end up scoring as I was talking, and they kicked the field goal to go down only 31-21. With 6.5 minutes to go, I don't really see that one being a win for me, fellas. I can appreciate the fact that my Miami game looks like it's a win, but man, there's a controversial play at Miami versus Florida State. Could have easily been a pass interference there on 2nd down and 9. Florida State is in the red zone with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go, looking to score on the 20-yard line. Travis goes back, and it looks like there is a flag on the play that stops the play. So Florida State's got to score a touchdown. They're down 28-23. That was a false start. They're going to go back 5 yards on this. So now they're going to be on their 25-yard line. Florida State down by 5. I need them to be stopped. Don't say that, John. You're gonna pull off a come from behind win. Don't say that. Florida State, Travis rolls out to his left, decides to take it, gets tackled, almost intercepted by Miami. That brings up 4th down. I wish I could do play-by-play like Gus Johnson. That would be good. 4th and 14. Oh, come on. Got a call coming in. Florida State scores a touchdown. All right, I'm getting called 3 times. Hold on. All right. Think I should be the way I am? Well, I appreciate that. So how about Florida State almost scores? They think they score, and then they don't score. But they did get a first down. Oh, this is going to be terrible for me. Now, Florida State first and goal with 58 seconds to go. .50. Clock's winding down. 48, 47. Everybody else looks like they're on commercial. Somebody calls timeout. Miami calls timeout. Georgia scores to go up 31 points. So I guess we could chalk up a loss on all those. Loss, 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 loss. So the first 6 games of the day, I'm 1-5. They can't really be worse than that. My light just fell, just scared the crap out of me. I'm looking on Twitter here. Okay, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I've seen Pigskin's Pete stuff. The funny thing is, I started this and I didn't even know I hadn't really ever used YouTube much. I really wasn't on YouTube much, and then I started this and just kind of took off. Just kept doing it. Became a habit. All right. My feeds were frozen here. Okay, so second and goal for Florida State. 36 seconds to go. 28-23. I need this stop by Miami. I need this stop. I'm not thinking I'm going to get it, but I need it. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I need it. They push forward. Oh, man, they pushed the pile forward. Ugh, it doesn't look like he got it. It doesn't look like he got it. Oh, they call offsides on Miami. This is horrible. Yeah, I like JP. I like JP. I know he does some stuff with Mark Rogers, so I try to not bother him too much. And we're friends. He's been on the show a couple times. Florida State goes again. They get it looks like a second effort push. They called the touchdown, but how could he have known? How could that guy have known that it was a touchdown? I don't know. These guys that are line judges, that doesn't make any sense. I definitely couldn't see it from my angle. And now Florida State. Ugh. He ran to our side. Yeah. Looks like he crossed. Looks like he might have crossed there. Yeah. I guess the I almost think, what do you guys think about NFL? Like, I almost think I should probably do some NFL stuff, because if I'm going to be on the radio, I need to do more. I need to know more, but also do more NFL stuff. But again, it frustrates me because I'm like, well, I mean, should I really do NFL stuff? I mean, this is a Clemson channel, you know what I mean? I don't know. If I start doing other things, I feel like I would need to, like, basically change the idea of the channel. But yeah, Florida State got the touchdown counted for them. Miserable. I'm going to lose my top spot. Going to lose my top spot over this. Let's see if Quack's doing any better. So, Quack and I aren't tied. Brad Sinkiff and I are tied. So, Brad lost Penn State. I won Michigan. So, I'm up one on Brad. We both had Oklahoma, so no change there. He had Georgia, and I had Tennessee, and I'm losing that one. So we're tied now. He had Ohio State, and I had Purdue, and he's winning by 1. He had Miami, and I had Miami, so nothing there. He had Missouri, and I had South Carolina, so he's up by 2 games. Now, he's up by 2, but I have Ole Miss. He has Texas A&M. I have Notre Dame. He has Virginia. And then I also have TCU, and he has Oklahoma State. So there's 3 games left of the 4 games that I have a chance. I just kicked my light off. I gotta really fix this thing. And then, let's see, Qualkenbush was down. He was next in line. So he was second place for me. And oh, yeah, John. No, I'm with you. I mean, we can do our own recruiting news, though. I mean, I already have 2 co-hosts, so I'm trying to, like, avoid adding more people because I already don't feel like I give Allen and Houston a lot of time. I want to, I don't know. I don't feel like I give Allen and Houston enough time, so adding more people to it just takes more time away from Allen and Houston. So It's kind of, you know. I need to get a better light. Yeah. Well, no, I got a better light. No worries. I got a light. I just didn't go downstairs and get the tripod. I'm being lazy. I'm really just being lazy. So Qualkenbush is 56 and 44. He's 2 games behind me. We both picked Michigan. We both picked Oklahoma. He picked Georgia, so he's up 1 on me. Picked Purdue, picked Miami, picked South Carolina. So he's up 1. Well, he's not up 1. He's only got 1. He's inched 1. He's 1 game behind me. Brad is up 2 games on me now. Qualk's up 1 game. Let's see. Kelly is up. Well, Kelly was down 4 games. So I'm definitely in second place now, not in first place anymore. But Texas A&M and so I need Ole Miss to win. I need Notre Dame to win. I need North Carolina State to win. And I need Texas Christian, TCU, to not lose by a bunch. All right. So we're about to finish this out. Miami loses, so I basically go, I lost. I've got to win the next 4 games. I got to win out the rest of the night. But anyway, so before we go, though, what's up, Bo? Bo says, hey, Morgan, go Clemson. So you want me to do maybe some individual videos on picks against the spread. You definitely want me to do more recruiting videos, which that gets us. I tell you what, man, the recruiting videos are nice because did y'all notice that like Jihad Campbell and Keon Sabb both used our voices in their recruiting video? Well, they didn't pay us for it, and they didn't really ask us, but it was cool. No need to. I don't mind having my voice being used in a video. But so recruiting videos, in-depth picks against the spread videos. Well, the 2 other guys picked Wake Forest. I picked NC State. We're switching over to Texas A&M and Ole Miss is already up 3-0. So, okay, in-depth picks against the spread, recruiting videos. What else? You guys said walk and talk, or you're just saying like random topics, right? Random topics. Doesn't have to be sports, but random topics. Anything else you think I could do? Wear sunglasses or not wear sunglasses? Probably hurt my eyes. I already have bad eyes as it is. All right, so Missouri, look at this. Oh, hold on. There's that 1 game left. Missouri, South Carolina. South Carolina is down 31-28. I'm trying to find the South Carolina game. South Carolina down 31-28. Do they even have a chance at all? Breaking down stats. Yeah, stats. I guess kind of the stuff I do on Twitter, I spend a lot of time um, making videos for Twitter. I mean, not videos, but breaking out, stats and stuff on Twitter. I probably could do that for. All right, Missouri has the ball, 2nd down and 8. Or excuse me, 6. Missouri has the ball in the red zone, 2nd down and 6. They're going to roll out to the left with a heavy blocking. They're not running anybody in a route, and the quarterback just runs across the field to out of bounds for a loss of 6 yards. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on one second. All right. Back again. Had to make a Christmas Amazon order. The Columbia Chickens have difficulty beating the Tiger teams. Yeah, I don't see how Clemson can't beat South Carolina, but Wake Forest going to be a tough one. I ended up having a terrible first 6 games of the night. I went 1-6 against the spread. losing my top spot here in my picks against the spread. So, all right, well, everybody, I hope you enjoy your 7 o'clock games. I'm going to sign off here. I got some notes about what you guys would like to see from me during the week, and I'll try to see what I can do, and I'll talk to you later.